It's a very declassified Christmas.
I don't know. Would we schedule our time to go out to eat?
No.
I don't think so.
This is Sistas Declassified, the podcast where
Taylor
and Taryn,
your virtual sisters, share experiences, insights, and of course the juicy secrets that never leave the sister circle.
So shh, listen up. The Declassified convos are starting now. Welcome back to Sistas Declassified. We're the real life sisters who decided to start a podcast instead of hosting Christmas dinner.
But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe for your weekly dose of declassified moments.
Let's get into the declassified moment for today.
No filter, no fluff.
Christmas hits differently for everyone. Whether you're surrounded by love or feeling the weight of loneliness today, just remember, you're allowed to take up space for your feelings, your joy, and your peace. Define today on your terms.
Well said. I think that's a very fitting statement.
Yeah, because I was just telling you off camera how I was feeling overwhelmed. And the holidays always make me feel like a little
uncertain.
Yeah, I can't even get words out.
Don't know what. Now you got me thinking of that. Okay. But yeah, the holidays can definitely be interesting time for people, and I thought it could be fun for us to do Am I the Asshole of like what holidays can be like, because I would say ours aren't too drama filled, but I know that they say you get the most police calls on the holidays.
Yeah, people be home and they be together.
But also, I'm just like, there's that much tension and animosity. I can't imagine. But let's get into this story because
that's a bit wild.
This family didn't have tension and animosity. They had more like secrets, but maybe they didn't know. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, let me pull it up here. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing for you guys because that's overwhelming. But basically, the family's coming together and we'll name them. So Auntie Jo, she invites everybody over to her Christmas Eve or her Christmas party. And her son, Reggie, brought his girlfriend for the first time.
Okay.
But he
didn't
He didn't tell anybody that he was bringing his girlfriend. So she just popped up.
Surprise, meet the band. Surprise.
I have a girl now. And not only is this a surprise, but she's a genealogist. Is that the right word? Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. So she does ancestry. And
she been nosy?
She was being nosy, but not really, because this is just her job, right? So she was looking into his family and she was like finding out the history. And she went to bond with them over what she found. So she's like, hey, family, surprise. Y'all thought Reggie's dad was dead, but actually he's alive and he lives 2 towns away.
Wait. So she not only uncovered who the daddy is, but uncovered where he lived currently in present day, because he's not dead, because he's not in a grave.
And announced it to everybody at the party.
Okay.
And so now the mom is mad, right? She's shocked but mad. Reggie's real mad because he's like,
oh, so he didn't know either.
Nope.
This was a surprise to the boyfriend also.
And now the family's like confused because some people want to know more information.
Right. And I'm gonna assume this is the mom side of the family, right?
Yeah. And then some people are like, why would you bring her? Like, why would she do this?
It is pretty outrageous. It is pretty outrageous for you to know nothing. Well, for you to make a lot of assumptions about the dynamics and then come in with genealogy. And maybe for you it's every day.
Right.
And it is every day, but like it's also everyday drama.
But also, like, did you think that would be great news? Like,
yeah, I have so many questions about, like, how long have you been dating? No one knows you existed. You popped up, and then you popped up with this deep information.
Right. Like, did you have a talk with him and he said he
really wished he knew his daddy? Like,
right. Like, he thought this was about to be a joyous Christmas present. Did you think his mom, like, does his mom even know? Because his mom could be holding this big old lie.
I mean, we don't even know this. I mean, without more context, we don't know the circumstances of Reggie's conception, right? So this could even be, I mean, it's already traumatic, but it could even be like
the daddy
the
might
layers.
not have any idea that he has a Reggie. There's so many questions, but I don't know. I will say this: I don't think Reggie is an asshole for bringing her.
No.
because he just wanted to introduce her. Now, I will say, bringing somebody to a holiday without sharing that you're about to bring somebody is kind of like,
you're supposed to confirm. You don't bring a plus one without, a heads
you just
up
don't
to
bring
the
somebody
host.
to anybody's house,
right? Without a heads up to the host.
Yeah. And then
Miss
her,
Genealogist.
I'm like, I just don't know where in there you felt like you had good intentions.
Yeah, it seems like we only thought about the science, and there was nothing else.
You weren't connected
in our
to
thought
like
process.
The reaction of the people or like how that would make someone feel on the holiday.
We just paused that. I found this information. Everyone should know. That's as far
this
as
is the perfect time. We're all together.
I mean, that's my hope, is that this was just good intention, poor impact, right? Like, or great impact, great negative impact.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's a mess. But I would love to hear if you guys have any holiday stories that you're like
willing to share, I guess.
Is there am I the asshole situation in your family? Because I wish we had. Well, I'm like, maybe
you don't wish that.
But I'm like, maybe I'm thinking maybe we do have some.
I could think, honestly, I could think of one or two things, but I don't need anybody writing me or calling me after today. I won't. Nobody's an asshole.
Maybe we'll share it one day in the future with and pretend it's somebody we don't know.
Wah, wah, wah.
But
we just wanted to acknowledge all the feelings of today, including outrageous stories like finding your boyfriend's dad.
Wow. Some of these I'm like, okay, that's a little bit outrageous. But anyways, getting into the meat of today, we just kind of wanted to have a holiday episode and share some of our traditions, talk to you guys about what you might do for your holidays, and also maybe to get inspired on how we can do it differently in the future. So yeah, I'm curious for you, or I guess we could share first, like, what are holidays like for us? We kind of split time together. We used to have big holidays where we would go. I guess we've always had Christmas separate.
Yeah.
So we would go to my mom's side and then my dad's side.
I saw a TikTok recently that was a parent talking about grandparents. Y'all need to come over because we're not going to y'all house. We got these kids. We're not dragging them over. And I thought, interesting, because that was the exact opposite of my experience, which was we're going to make sure they get to both sides.
Right.
And that way going to the grandparents' house means grands on both sides can get to see everybody. So I appreciated the way our parents did it.
And I feel like it's easier to move the kids and then not have to cook food and not have to move food around, because I feel like grandparents are the ones who cook a lot of the food. So it would be easier to go to them than to have them moving stuff.
Yeah. And I always appreciated getting to see both sides of the family. And we also looked out in that our immediate family was all pretty local. So it wasn't too far that we had to drive.
Yeah.
Because some people have to fly to see their loved ones for the holidays.
Yeah, and now we kind of still do that same kind of thing where our family comes together, us as siblings with our mom's side of the family, and then we go to our significant other sides of the family for the other half of the day. But I mean, I have to say, I enjoy it, but I'm bored of it.
Yeah, I guess the novelty of it has worn off, and then like family dynamics have also shifted. So I think it just the routines are less sure, and so the day for me personally is a little less. I feel like there's a lot of stress for it, and a lot of it is me internal. And then I get there, and it's like, oh, we just sat around and hung out and ate for a couple hours, and then I went home. Like, it just feels anticlimactic to a certain degree.
I think I would enjoy that though if I didn't have to go to one place or the other. I think if I could have sat there for a long time, got comfortable, had my like hour of mingling, had my hour of games, had my hour
That's
of
true. That's part of it.
But because I know I have to go there, get all of that in 3 hours time, and then move on
to the next house to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's where it doesn't feel like I get enough of either place.
That's real.
And so I've been really fighting, like, can we just maybe rent an Airbnb? And all of us have, I mean, Sean's family's kind of big, but our family and Brandon's family are pretty small. So I'm like, let's just get a bigger place and bring us all together.
That would be nice.
Why not?
I did jokingly say, we got to buy a house so I can host Christmas.
Right. Which that's the ultimate goal, but like
Yes.
in the near future goal, I'm like, I feel like we could rent a house for a day or a bigger place that we could have for the weekend or the week, and host something.
It would take some coordinating, but I think we can do it. But either way, I feel like in adulthood, the holidays don't quite hit the same. And maybe it's also because we don't have kids. So I think that probably also, reinvigorates the seasonal energy.
It does, because I think I'm most excited about my gift for our youngest cousin. I'm like, yay, that's going to be so fun for us to go out and do. Or I'm excited if I give a present that I know you want and you're looking forward to it. But I feel like adults aren't able to say, I want this, buy me this. And maybe some are, but others are just like, or you're just grateful for whatever you get, which that's where I'm at, but I also don't need the stuff.
Yeah, I fall in the category of I don't need most things, and even things I buy for myself are not always needs. And so then when someone asks me what I want, I'm like, well, I don't know your budget.
Right.
Because what I want is a house, a boat. No, I'm just kidding. But
at least something that's like $40-$50, and you're not realistically who's going to buy a $50 gifts for every person
right
in their life.
But I think that's part of why we've shifted to how we do our gift giving in our family anyway, which I appreciate.
Which is Secret Santa, or this year we're doing White Elephant, because that was more interactive, I guess, or just something different.
Yeah, and it's gamified
for like 5 years or so.
Well, and because every year we do Secret Santa wrong. Somebody always either doesn't admit that they got somebody, or they forgot, or they told. But also, I think because we don't have a lot of little kids, just like the whole gift giving process, it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a lot of thought that counts gifts, which is nice. And I think the White Elephant will be the same, but also now a game. So it's just like elevating the experience that we were having before. Because I always appreciate everything I got.
Right. I guess the thoughtfulness of it, right? The thought that counts gifts don't feel thoughtful.
Say more.
I just feel like, the way we were doing Secret Santa, we had like a wish list and we put things on it, and then they pick something and bring it. And we had to guess who brought it. But I think because you're just like picking some random thing that's only $30, you kind of want it.
Right. It's something that would catch your eye.
You're grateful when you get it, but it's not like something where someone was walking out and they said like, oh, this
I thought of you.
Reminds me of you. And I don't know if that's because we don't spend enough time together that you don't know what would be a thoughtful gift for me.
That's definitely part of it.
Yeah. Or if it's like, I just don't even have the mental space to think of a thoughtful gift, so I'm just going to give you this.
I think that's part of how we ended up with Secret Santa a little bit, is because we all wanted to be able to get each other something because we care about each other, but we all also felt like, we don't really know what to get you that you'd want, and the thought that counts kind of could be hit or miss. And so, I guess Secret Santa is a way to make sure you get something you might like, or something you like because you put it on your list. But I could not tell you who had me in Secret Santa or what they got me. Right. And that's a problem.
I actually remember who had me and what they got me.
But, okay. Just me. Just me.
But yeah, there's just something about it. The connection of it all is not there. So, and I think that's still true for White Elephant. So I'd be excited to do something that maybe inspires more connection next year. Yeah. So maybe it's that we do Secret Santa, but we don't have a wish list, right? And it's like, you do need to bring something that made you think of that person.
Yeah. And
we pick it a year in advance, right?
That would be interesting. My anxiety feels ways about that. The anticipation building for that year. But I think what you're hitting on is something that I personally want to get better at, because to your point, like, how do you know what a thoughtful gift is for someone? It's paying attention and caring. And so, like, I sometimes feel like, dang, I don't know what to get my sister. I don't know what to get my mom. I don't know what to get my mans. That's on me. I gotta be a little more aware and know myself. If it's stressful to me to shop in December, I need to be the person who just randomly picks up something and holds on to it till December for you. Right. Because I thought about it, and it's just going to sit in my closet in my Christmas box for gifts to give out with your little sticker on it.
And those, I feel like, are the true thoughtful gift givers, right? The people who do plan it out far in advance. And like, Christmas doesn't change. People's birthdays don't change. You just have to
prioritize it. Yeah.
You have to change how you think about it. But I will say this. I am a Grinch a little bit. So I'm anti most of this stuff. And so while I'm saying the thoughtfulness isn't there, I'm also like, we could just not do none of this. So there's that. But that's a topic for another day. We'll stay in the holiday joy.
Capitalism.
Right. So I think if we didn't do presents, right? We talked about going on like a cabin trip. Or doing something that
an experience,
connection,
creating memories together.
Even if it's just an outing for the day. Maybe we drive up to the snow at 6 a.m. and then we go sledding. I don't know.
Yeah, we've done that before. Yeah, we've done that before.
Mm-hmm. So I think that could be something to consider, something we could do that would be nice. But then would require us to plan because there's other sides to our family that we plan to connect with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's also what makes it hard. And I think goes back to your declassified moment of holding space for all of your feelings.
Yes.
Because I think we often hold space for everyone else's feelings, even if we're not enjoying it. So like next year, if I know that these holidays are nice, but I could be doing something better.
Mm-hmm. Or just different. Like I know I want something different this year.
Sorry.
And
better's a harsh word.
And I shouldn't feel guilt around wanting to do something different this year or today or whenever.
Mm-hmm. Because I do see my family, right? Or we are able to connect. And if Christmas is the only time we're connecting, even though we're local, then that's a different
telling.
problem, right? So, but I should be able to cherish this holiday in the way that feels good to me. So it's something that I'm going to think about for real this time. Because honestly, we've been talking about it for years, and then it sneaks up on us, and then we just don't change anything about it. But I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to enjoy it as it is, and then plan better for next time. But I just wanted to ask you guys, what's the tradition or practice that you have, and is it something that you want to keep going, or something that you want to change or tweak for the new year of 2025?
Yeah.
And then I
was just gonna say, I feel like maybe this is a good space as we're talking about traditions, to just acknowledge that, like, you know, things are different. Things may be different for folks out there who may have lost a loved one or changed in relationship status or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we wanted to hold space for all the feelings, positive and maybe not so positive.
Yeah.
And just acknowledge that, you know,
it could be a lonely time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it could be helpful still to connect with folks maybe that you've lost in different ways, whether that be like creating a dish that you normally make with them, or I don't know, what else do we have?
Maybe there's a movie or show that they always watch in certain seasons. That can always
yours would be This Christmas.
Yes. So whenever I die, someone's gonna watch This Christmas and think,
"Oh my God!" Yes. You don't have to be dead for me to think of you, but yes.
No, I'm just in relation to holidays. And then the other thought, you said food already. Also, like if there's a place that they used to like to go, you can always try to go and do that. Or music. There's songs that they really enjoy, making a playlist. Just things that you can do to connect with your loved ones, even though they're not physically here, they're still here in your spirit. And yeah,
it could just feel different, but maybe still satisfying to make sure you spend time with them. Because I think we can often lean towards, I don't want to say denying the person during the holidays or feeling like you can't bring up someone who's passed during the holidays because it's sad. But I think you can also bring them up and it be a positive memory too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like, man, I miss that Nana or Granny or whoever isn't here, but just like, dang, Christmas at Nana's house used to be popping. Granny used to give the best little gifts and slap them in your hand. You feel me? So I just wanted to make sure we made some space for that.
Yeah. Or even putting up pictures. Another thought I had is for Christmas trees, you could be making ornaments that honor them or something that keep their legacy alive.
I love that.
So that could be a little
note to self.
Yeah.
Because my tree could use some pictures. I like that.
Yeah. I think that would be a nice way to keep things going. And also, like, when you have kids, it's like you still know this person. It's not somebody you don't see, but like, no, every year my Nana's up on the tree.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. I like that.
Yeah. So anyways, I think we're kind of wrapping up here. We just kind of wanted to hold space for the holidays and acknowledge that Christmas is here, or whatever holiday that you celebrate this jolly season, I guess. I already kind of said the Sister Circle question, but I just want to remind you that we're trying to think about our holiday traditions and how we want to feel and what we want to experience. And so I want to lead us through a little guided imagery for a second, right? So take a second and close your eyes. And we're going to think about our senses here. When you think about your holiday feelings, what do you want to experience? What do you want to feel physically, like touching? What do you want to smell? What do you want to hear? What do you want to taste? And what things do you want to see out in the world? Because maybe those traditions aren't working for you right now, but you can create the traditions that you want to see in the future. But it starts with visualizing them and knowing what you want.
Amen, amen. Because if you don't know what you want, you're just sitting in uncomfortable feelings, but you can't move forward, you know? Visualizing is a great way to take the first step, I think. And I just sat here and did that right now.
Did you? What do you want to feel? What do you want to see?
Well, my first immediate thought was around smell. So I already went to the food. But what do I want to touch? I want to touch my family. Hugs. I was thinking about hugs. Oof. I know you don't love hugs, but that was a thought I had. What do I want to hear? I want to hear laughter. And I initially first heard William and him playing some sort of video game. So just him and the, oh man, bro, what? Right, that's what I heard. Just happy sounds. So.
One thing I pictured, even though I was talking, I was kind of imagining what I would be envisioning. And I've been seeing people make those cinnamon rolls, but in a tree. Like they unroll it and then they put it in like a tree. Aww. And that's kind of cute. So I was like, that could be fun. So like, what are the ways I could be more festive and get into the spirit?
I mean, growing up, we would have cinnamon rolls every Christmas. So I try to have
that's like a way of tweaking it, right? Or it's like, it's the same but different. What brings me more joy?
Well, I look forward to seeing your cinnamon roll tree.
Yes. Well, thank you. We want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Happy holidays.
Bye.